Hello, welcome to this video. The 2018 Oscar nominations have just been announced, and I thought I'd just do a quick video having a look at who's been nominated, just giving my thoughts on it a bit, and seeing who's been snubbed, and what films are up there, and maybe who I think should win, because let's be honest, my opinion is all that matters. So it's going to be hosted by Jimmy Kimmel this year. Fair enough, he's very good at that sort of thing. But let's get down to the nominations. So for Best Picture, we've got Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of the Water, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Now, I've not seen most of these, many of which are yet to come out in the UK, like Shape of the Water and Three Billboards. They came out late last year in the US, but are yet to be released fully in the UK. I have seen Dunkirk, I have seen Get Out, and that's it. So I'm not totally qualified to weigh in on this one. But out of those, I would probably give it to Dunkirk. But Get Out was great as well. I've heard incredible things about Three Billboards. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I'm definitely going to see it when it comes out over here. The Shape of the Water, I've been hearing great things about. I hear that has the most nominations this year with 13 Oscar noms, so it's almost guaranteed to win something. Phantom Thread is apparently Daniel Day-Lewis's last film, so that'll definitely be worth checking out. He's one of the greatest actors of all time. Lady Bird, another film I've heard so much about. I definitely want to see that as well. Darkest Hour, I don't know, I've kind of heard it's a bit dull from those who have seen it that I know. Yeah, I wouldn't really bank on that getting it. Call Me By Your Name, I've not seen either. So, yeah. So, of the ones I've seen, I'd give it to Dunkirk. Who do I think will win it? Maybe Phantom Thread, maybe Shape of the Water, maybe Three Billboards. If I had to bet, I think I'd go with Three Billboards, from what I've heard. But again, I've not seen them, so I couldn't say for certain, but that's where I'd put my money. Lead actor, we got Timothée Chalamet, Call Me By Your Name, Daniel Day-Lewis, Phantom Thread, Daniel Kaluuya, Get Out, Gary Oldman, Darkest Hour, Denzel Washington, Roman J. Israel Esquire. Again, I've only seen Get Out from this, so I would have to give it to Daniel Kaluuya. Apologies if I'm butchering that pronunciation. I despite the fact that it's the only one I've seen, I think he was great in it. He's a fantastic actor, and I think he definitely deserves an Oscar for his acting in that film. So I'd definitely be happy to see him win. Gary Oldman could possibly get it for Darkest Hour, I think. I think the Oscars do love a biopic, and they love an actor really getting into character. Daniel Day-Lewis could possibly get it for Phantom Thread, given that is apparently his last film, so maybe they'll want to give him one last Oscar. If I had to bet, I think I'd go with Daniel Day-Lewis, possibly Gary Oldman. But again, I think Daniel Kaluuya definitely deserves this nomination. Lead actress, Sally Hawkins, The Shape of the Water, Frances McDormand, Three Billboards, Margot Robbie, I, Tonya, Saoirse Ronan, Lady Bird, Meryl Streep, The Post. Has Meryl Streep not had enough Oscars? I mean, I read somewhere she's been nominated over 20 times or something, and she's won plenty of them. So I haven't seen The Post. I'm sure she's great at it. Margot Robbie, I think, is a great actress. I haven't seen I, Tonya, but it looks good. It's not out again here in the UK. God damn it, we have to wait so long. I could definitely see her getting it. I imagine she deserves it. I think she is a really good actress from what I've seen. Frances McDormand for Three Billboards, I think she could get it as well. Sally Hawkins for Shape of the Water. Yeah, I feel like every single actress in this has a real shoe-in for it. If I had to bet, maybe Meryl Streep, because the Oscars love her. But I don't know. I'm going to say Frances McDormand, because just based on what I've been hearing about Three Billboards, she, really seems to have given a great performance. Supporting actor, William Dafoe, The Florida Project, Woody Harrelson, Three Billboards, Richard Jenkins, Shape of the Water, Christopher Plummer, All the Money in the World. I bet Kevin Spacey's furious. Sam Rockwell, Three Billboards. Again, I think this is a really strong one. The Florida Project, I really want to see again, still hasn't come out. I swear, I do try and see films. I literally can't, being in the UK, because we often get them later here. Woody Harrelson, I think it's amazing how he started off as like a comedy actor, and now, you know, he's a serious actor. He's fantastic. Richard Jenkins, again, Shape of the Water, I'm sure he's great. Christopher Plummer, great actor. Sam Rockwell is another great actor. I would like to see Sam Rockwell get it. I've been a big fan of his for some time now. I feel like he's been quite underrated. I mean, he does okay, but I feel like he really deserves to become a solid A-lister now. So I'm hoping for Sam Rockwell there. Supporting actress, Mary J. Blige, Mudbound, Alison Janney, I, Tonya, Leslie Manville, Phantom Thread, Laurie Metcalf, Lady Bird, Octavia Spencer, The Shape of the Water. Haven't seen any of these, so I can't weigh in. I would go with Octavia Spencer, simply because she is the only one I've seen in anything else. So, yeah, I'd probably have to sit this vote out, but I think she is a good actress in general, and I'm sure she's good in Shape of the Water. Director, Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan, Get Out, Jordan Peele, Lady Bird, Greta Gerwig, Phantom Thread, Paul Thomas Anderson, The Shape of the Water, Guillermo del Toro. Ooh, this is a good one. There's top billing for everyone here. I've been hearing such great things about Lady Bird. I could see Greta Gerwig getting it. Perhaps also, I'm not saying she doesn't deserve it, but perhaps also the fact there's been all this scandal in Hollywood lately. Hollywood might feel inclined to give it to Greta. But again, I don't want that to sound like it's just them giving it to her for, you know, to cover up the shit that's gone down. I'm sure she does deserve it, but that might be, you know, a factor. Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk. Christopher Nolan is a great director. Dunkirk was a great film. He absolutely deserves it as well. Get Out was brilliant. It was really well executed, so Jordan Peele. Phantom Thread, not seen, but, you know, it's Paul Thomas Anderson. And Guillermo del Toro, I'd love to see him win it as well for Shape of the Water. So I'm pretty much happy with anyone getting it there. There's no one I think is on that list who doesn't deserve it. Animated feature, The Boss Baby. I've not seen that. I really don't know anyone that's seen it. I haven't heard much about it. I'm kind of surprised it's been nominated. But I don't know. Have you seen it? Is it good? Let me know. The Breadwinner, Coco, Ferdinand, Loving Vincent. The only film I've seen on there I saw last night is Coco, and I'd definitely give it to Coco. I'm sure the others are good. I'm sure they're worthy of the nomination, but I saw Coco last night. I really enjoyed it. I think it's great, and yeah, I definitely want Coco for animated feature. Animated short, I haven't seen any of these. Dear Basketball, Garden Party, Lou, Negative Space, Revolting Rhymes. I can't weigh in. I've not seen any of them. I've not heard anything about any of them. Let's be honest, that's not really a category most people will be looking at. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. Adapted screenplay, Call Me By Your Name, The Disaster Artist, Logan, Molly's Game, Mudbound. Logan. I want Logan to win it. You saw in my recent video, Logan was my favourite film of 2017. I'm so glad. I didn't think it would get any nominations, despite, you know, some people trying to push it forward. I'm really glad to see it's been given at least one nomination. I would like to have seen more people get nominated. I think pretty much everyone in Logan. I'm such a fanboy. But Daphne Keegan as Laura, I think, deserved Best Supporting Actress nom. Hugh Jackman, I think, deserves a nom. But I'm glad to see Logan just, you know, get a nomination at all, because the Oscars don't really like comic book films much, do they? But yeah, I'd absolutely give it to Logan. The Disaster Artist I have seen and is very good, but I preferred Logan. I got to be honest. So I would give it to Logan. Yeah, simple. Original screenplay, The Big Sick, Get Out, Lady Bird, Shape of the Water, Three Billboards. I imagine Three Billboards will get it, and probably deserves to too. But although there's a lot of great stuff on there, Shape of the Water, Lady Bird, Get Out, The Big Sick, they're all great films. They've all been really well received, so I would go with Three Billboards, but I think it could be anyone's there, to be honest. Cinematography, Blade Runner 2049, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Mudbound, The Shape of the Water. I absolutely hope Blade Runner 2049 gets it. It's the best looking film I saw last year. It's one of the best looking films I've seen in years. Absolutely. Dunkirk was another great looking film. I'm sure the others are as well, but Blade Runner just knocked it out of the park, and, you know, Roger Deakins did an incredible job. I'd absolutely give it to him. I think he totally deserves it, and I really want them to get it. Best documentary: Abacus, Small Enough to Jail, Faces Places, Icarus, Last Men in Aleppo, and Strong Island. I haven't seen or heard of any of these, so apologies. But again, this is one of the smaller categories, I think. So, yeah, I'm afraid I really can't judge on that. Best documentary short subject: again, I haven't seen any of these, and I don't know much about them, so I feel like I really have no say in this. Edith and Eddie, Heaven is a Traffic Jam on the 405, Heroin, Knife Skills, Traffic Stop. Wish them all the best, but I really have no opinion either way. Best live action short film, same as the others: Dekalb Elementary, The 11 O'Clock, My Nephew Emmett, The Silent Child, Watu Wrote All of Us. Again, I haven't seen or had any impressions from any of these, so I really can't say. Best foreign language film: A Fantastic Woman from Chile, The Insult from Lebanon, Loveless from Russia, On Body and Soul from Hungary, The Square from Sweden. Again, I've not seen any of these. I'm sure they're all great. I'll have to check them out, and I'll be interested to see which wins. I'll definitely check out the one that does win. Absolutely. Film editing: Baby Driver, Dunkirk, I, Tonya, The Shape of the Water, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Now, I think Baby Driver deserves this one because the editing to the music in that film was fantastic, just superb, really tight, and as good as all the other films are, I'm sure, I just think none of them will match Baby Driver in that category. So I definitely give it to Baby Driver there. The same goes for sound editing. The visuals and the music matched up so perfectly in Baby Driver. I think that it probably deserves to win that one. Followed closely by Blade Runner 2049. I think had great sound as well. Dunkirk also did. Star Wars The Last Jedi, I didn't like the film, but it did sound good. I will give it that. And The Shape of the Water I've not seen, so I can't judge. I would give it to Baby Driver, but I'd be happy to see Blade Runner get it as well. Sound mixing: Baby Driver, Blade Runner 2049, Dunkirk, The Shape of the Water, Star Wars The Last Jedi. Again, I'd give it to either Baby Driver or Blade Runner 2049. I feel like Blade Runner had really great sound effects to it that really made it feel atmospheric. So maybe in this one I would give it to Blade Runner over Baby Driver, but I could see Baby Driver getting it, and I think either one deserves it. Production design: Beauty and the Beast, Blade Runner 2049, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, The Shape of the Water. Production, I would go with Blade Runner 2049 again. I think just the scope of it and just the atmosphere and the locations and stuff was just fantastic. And yeah, I think it'll win that, to be honest. Possibly Dunkirk might win it, but I'd go with Blade Runner. Original score: Dunkirk, Hans Zimmer, Phantom Thread, Johnny Greenwood from Radiohead, The Shape of the Water, Alexandre Desplat, Star Wars The Last Jedi, John Williams, 3 Billboards, Carter Burwell. I would have to go with Dunkirk. I thought the music was really great in that, a kind of less is more approach that really added to the tension of the film. However, I'm a big Radiohead fan. I really like Johnny Greenwood. I haven't seen Phantom Thread yet, so I would be happy to see that win, and I'm sure it deserves its nomination, absolutely. Star Wars, I thought the soundtrack was fine, but nothing really jumped out at me when I was watching it. It's just kind of more of the same. Very good music, but nothing really we haven't heard before. And I've not seen the other two, so I couldn't say. But I'd give it to Dunkirk there. But I'd like to see Johnny Greenwood get an Oscar. Original song: Mighty River from Mudbound, Mystery of Love, Call Me By Your Name, Remember Me from Coco, Stand Up for Something from Marshall, This Is Me, The Greatest Showman. Saw Coco last night, definitely Remember Me. I really liked the song, genuinely, as good as the film was as well. Definitely, I would give it to Coco, Remember Me. But Greatest Showman, I could see you possibly getting it, but I'd have to go with Coco. Makeup and Hair, Darkest Hour, Victoria and Abdul, Wonder. Not seen any of them. I am almost positive Darkest Hour will get that. Costume design: Beauty and the Beast, Darkest Hour, Phantom Thread, The Shape of the Water, Victoria and Abdul. I could see Beauty and the Beast getting it for the costumes in that, the gown that Belle wears. Darkest Hour could well get it. I think The Shape of the Water might be the one to get it. I haven't seen any of them, but I would go with Shape of the Water. Finally, we have visual effects. Blade Runner 2049, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Kong Skull Island, Star Wars The Last Jedi, and War for the Planet of the Apes. I'm glad to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 get an Oscar nom. Nice to see that up there. I really enjoyed that film. Honestly, I think War of the Planet of the Apes deserves it. I've actually seen all the films on this category, so I know what I'm talking about here. I would give it to War of the Planet of the Apes simply because I think the CGI and the way they got the apes to move and the motion capture, just really impressive work. So I would give it to War of the Planet of the Apes. I thought Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was very good in terms of visual effects. It was really nice to watch. And Blade Runner 2049, again, I think was fantastic to watch. I think War of the Planet of the Apes was probably the most involved and therefore deserves it most. But I would like to see Blade Runner get it. If Planet of the Apes doesn't. Kong Skull Island, I thought was good. Didn't really blow me away when I saw it, but very solid, definitely. It had a distinctive style about it, I'll give it that. So I could see that. And then Star Wars The Last Jedi, again, no. It's not just me shitting on the film. It was fine, there was nothing wrong with it, but there was nothing I remember watching and thinking like, wow, that looks great. You know, it kind of was what you'd expect from a Star Wars film. So I'd give it to War of the Planet of the Apes, if not Blade Runner 2049. So there you have it. That's the complete list of nominations. I think it's a solid list this year. A few films haven't been included at all. I'm surprised It wasn't included. I really enjoyed that last year. I could, you know, it wasn't Best Picture by any means, but I could see it getting visual effects or costume design or something. Pennywise was really creepy. And I thought it was just a really good film overall, so I would have liked to see that get a nom. Wonder Woman hasn't got any nominations. A lot of people kind of pushing that alongside Logan. It was okay, I thought, as a film. I don't think I liked it as much as most people did. It's definitely the best DC film released since Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. But I thought kind of the last act let it down a bit. But yeah, it was a decent film, but I didn't think by any means it was Oscar worthy. Surprised Battle of the Sexes isn't on here. Emma Stone, Steve Carell, based on a true story. I don't know, it just seemed like the kind of thing that could get an Oscar nom, but no, apparently not. Somewhat surprised to see The Disaster Artist has only got one nomination, and none for James Franco. Now, obviously, he's been accused of sexual misconduct lately, so maybe, I don't know, maybe he would have got more nominations were that not the case. But the fact is, he hasn't got these nominations. I saw The Disaster Artist. I thought it was really good. I think he is clearly very talented. So yeah, I mean, but I don't know. The competition this year is just so strong that I feel like a lot of films, maybe if they come out last year, would have been nominated. But this year, I just feel like there's really, you know, you've got to be the best of the best to be nominated. And, you know, it's tough. There's a lot of good films that I think are as good as some other films that have won Oscars that just aren't on this list. Because it's just so tight. But, you know, that's good for us. It means there's lots of great films to see. I would have liked to see Daphne Keegan from Logan get a nomination as Best Supporting Actress. But as I said, we know that the Oscars don't really like comic book films, and I didn't think she would get one. But I think I just had never heard of her before, saw Logan, thought she was brilliant. So goes for the kids in It. I thought they were all really good. I usually hate child actors, but I thought they were great. So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I think it's a solid list. I think there's something for everyone this year. I really don't feel like anyone's been totally snubbed. Personally, I kind of feel like The Last Jedi is just on there because it feels like it has to be. I really struggle to see it getting any or really deserving any Oscars, to be honest. I thought it was a pretty mediocre film myself. But yeah, no, a good solid list. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think anyone's been utterly snubbed? Who do you think are going to win each category? Do you think there are any actors or actresses who should have been nominated? which film do you think is going to get the most Oscars? Do you think it'll be Shape of the Water, Three Billboards? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I'm interested to read your thoughts, and I'll see you next time.